How you doing? Welcome to my latest video. Today I want to talk about something that's quite close to me at the moment because it's something I'm working on with one of our clients. This organization has hit this point in its growth pattern where they've been extremely successful, and now things are starting to struggle a little bit. Things are grinding to a halt, there's a bit more confusion, and they really don't know what to do. And what I am walking through at the moment is this idea of triggers. There are three triggers behind a company, you see, that indicate what needs to change and when. So the first thing that I'm taking them through is the idea of the complexity trigger. And this is really where what they're doing has got bigger and bigger, it's got wider, it's become more complicated. Um, so that they've taken on a lot more clients. The services they're offering are a lot different from what they've offered in the past. So this has caused some challenges in terms of who's doing what people's responsibilities are, what the routines are. So as a team, they've got over 130 people. As a team, they're busier than they've ever been. There's a lot more confusion. There's a lot less productivity because people don't really know what the jobs are anymore. Tasks aren't being done, so they're doing the key functions behind their service, but they're not actually doing the important bit pieces that go behind that, the administration, the time tracking, and so on and so forth. So overall, it's become quite complex. So what we're trying to do now is redefine the roles and responsibilities, define the team boundaries. So we're organising people into teams with areas of responsibility, better reporting lines, escalation points, and so on and so forth, really to try and manage that complexity. So by organising the team in terms of that complexity, we're able to focus people on specific skills. So that's the first thing we're trying to do. The next thing I'm looking at with them is the capacity trigger. So as I've already touched upon it, they've got a lot more work, and really they're no matter how much time they're putting in, they're slipping, things aren't getting done. So the capacity trigger typically follows the complexity trigger. What's happening at the moment is the team are facing overwork, they're burnt out, the output per individual, and I've already mentioned this in terms of the productivity, that's fallen quite dramatically, and things are taking longer. So what could have been done in 20 minutes, half an hour before, is taking 45 minutes, an hour sometimes. So the capacity is becoming an issue because people are trying to do too much with that complexity. So the capacity typically follows that complexity trigger. So what we're trying to do here is take those roles and responsibilities and try and rebalance the workload as we do that design. We want to try and introduce new skills. So we're thinking ahead, we're saying, okay, what is it we're trying to do today? And let's make sure that we're ready for what's coming next. Um, Following, so we have complexity, capacity, and the final part of that restructuring is something called the coordination trigger. So as you can imagine, as things have become more complex and people have become busier, decision making is now starting to struggle. um, Decisions are still being made at the top, because when they started this company, they had 10 people. Like I said, that they're comfortably over 100, at times 130, 140 with externals. Um, they've not changed let's call it the command and control structure. So those at the top are still the decision points for everything. And that's causing a real bottleneck. So everybody's busy, everybody's getting burnt out. Nobody can make any decisions because there's too many decisions to be made. So capacity, it affects both delivery, but it also affects those at the top. So coordination and management has become an issue. um, and what I've noticed is that people within the company are sat there for too long waiting for decisions. um, There's too much escalation going on. I'm looking at what's being raised and saying, well, okay, why is it being raised straight to the top? Where is the escalation process? As things have grown, as things have become more complex and they've got busier, um, we've not addressed the escalation points as well. So decisions can be made within the teams themselves. So what we're trying to do is change the reporting lines. I'm trying to remove those bottlenecks and really try and do some internal leadership development. So as I mentioned, apologies, I'm going to say it again. So we've got the complexity trigger, which drives the capacity trigger, which in turn drives the coordination triggers. So those three triggers have a role to play with each other, and we need to get that right. So if you're in a situation where you've done brilliantly just as they have and your organization's grown, think about that complexity, have a look at it because it has got bigger. Look at the capacity, look at the coordination. It's time to redesign the delivery method. So this is a quick video. I hope it helps. If you've got any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll be delighted to help you. Yeah, just drop me a message. Right, for now, have a great day. I hope you found this useful. You take care now. Bye.